If you could wave a magic wand and make your life perfect in every way, what would it look like? Would you be working in your dream career and business? Would you be traveling around the world with your loved ones? Would you be financially free? Would you have an ideal relationship with the love of your life? Or would you have a body that you're absolutely proud of? What if I tell you that all these are available to you? But one thing that might be stopping you from getting all that you want is this: procrastination. Procrastination happens when you put off important, less pleasurable tasks by doing something else that is easier, more pleasurable, and can give us immediate gratification. Well, all of us procrastinate at some point. When we delay a very important task and we tell ourselves that it can wait tomorrow. When we put off cleaning the house and a week after we still have not done any cleanup. When we're supposed to work out and instead we got hooked with our social media that we didn't realize that a whole day had already gone by. To be honest with you, procrastination can restrict our potential, undermine our career, and eventually would affect us emotionally and mentally. And so it's super crucial to take proactive steps to prevent this from happening, which is exactly the reason why I am here with you today. I'm going to have this video in two parts. First part being the reason why we procrastinate and why it really exists. And the second part, I'll be going through the technical stuff like how to stop procrastination or how to minimize it and what I'm doing personally to stop myself from procrastinating. Well, I still procrastinate, but only a very few times now. So the first part is, why do we procrastinate? There are a variety of reasons why we procrastinate, and they differ from one person to another. Based on my research, one of the reasons why we procrastinate is because we feel negative emotions. Negative emotions like anxiety, overwhelm, fear of failure. So when we procrastinate, it doesn't at all mean that we are lazy. It's just more about our emotions and how we're taking them. Has it ever happened to you that you delayed something because it's just too overwhelming? Maybe you didn't have prior experience or you didn't have previous knowledge about that specific task, so you ended up delaying or not doing it instead. Or maybe you're someone who fears failure, so you put off your dream because anyway, you can never fail at anything if you won't do it at all, right? And so this leads to perfectionism, procrastination loop, where you're so scared to make a tiny mistake that you ended up not taking action at all. This happened to me when I first started working out. In the beginning, I was so intimidated, I was so scared to even go to the gym. I didn't know what circuits to do, I didn't know how to use the equipment, and I didn't even know where to begin. So I wasted a lot of time and energy and feeling those negative emotions when I could have just gone there and gave it a try. Reason number two is because we are focused in the short-term, immediate gratification. Often we procrastinate when we prioritize our feelings at the present moment. So we only do things that make us feel better right now. This is also what we call the short-term mood repair, which happens when we focus on gratifying ourselves at the present moment at the expense of our long-term goals. For example, a student might delay his project because he's playing video games. It's so fun to play video games, right? Or an employee procrastinates over completing his report because he's still watching a Netflix series. A fun Netflix series. An exciting Netflix series. As a content creator, I have also stared at a blank document too many times that I thought, maybe I'm not really in the mood for this right now. Why don't I just go and clean the house instead? That sounds more fun. Has that ever happened to you? Now, I don't know if that ever happened to you too, but whenever we do this, whenever we try to escape from doing what we're supposed to be doing, we increase the negative associations towards that task. And so when we come back to finally doing it, or when it's already the deadline, we feel stressed and anxious, and in return, would do self-blame why we didn't do it in the first place. And now we are left with the question, how do we stop or end procrastination? And what are the simple ways that we can do every single day that can steer us away from this bad habit? There are three things that I wanted to share with you today, and I want to start with number one, learn new strategies for self-control. I mentioned at the beginning that procrastination is directly related to our emotions. So when we learn how to be more conscious and more aware of what we're feeling at the moment, that will save us from procrastinating. So maybe you can ask yourself, are you feeling intimidated by something? Are you feeling unmotivated to do the project? Are you feeling inadequate that you didn't have prior experience or you didn't have good research on the topic? Just by being aware of what you're feeling at the present moment could give you a lot of clarity on how you can manage your emotional state. One of the things that I do to hype myself up or to manage my emotional state is to listen to good music. Right now, what's making me feel hyped is the music Bella Ciao, yes, by Money Heist. There are tons of ways to manage your emotional state, and that could be for another video. Number 2, learn to forgive yourself fast in the moments that you procrastinate. In a 2010 study, researchers found that students who were able to forgive themselves for procrastinating when studying for a first exam ended up procrastinating less when studying for their next exam. They concluded that self-forgiveness supported productivity by allowing the individual to move past their maladaptive behavior and focus on the upcoming examination without the burden of past acts. So, whenever you fall off the wagon and you procrastinate, forgiving yourself immediately would motivate you to look for a better strategy that can work the next time. So, forgive yourself and move forward fast. Number 3, steer away from your procrastination pit stops. One of the reasons why you procrastinate is maybe because you make it easy to procrastinate. So identify what are your pit stops or your quote-unquote distractions and make these inaccessible. You can also try to disable your social media account notifications just to make sure that you are fully focused. What I do personally is I move my phone away from my desk so I don't have that inclination to check every time someone is texting or someone is sending me an email. So now you can check around your house what are your distractions and you try to eliminate them or make them inaccessible to you while you are working. And remember that in the end, it will all boil down to you taking action. I hope that from this day forward that you will continuously check in on yourself, be emotionally aware, build better habits, and be self-forgiving. According to Benjamin Franklin, you will delay, but time will not. So this is Liz Dalfrez. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time that I'll be uploading a video like this. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If there are things that you are implementing in your life that you think are effective when it comes to managing or steering yourself away from procrastination, feel free to chat it in the comment section down below. So goodbye for now. I'll see you in the next one.